So I was blessed to have the opportunity to go to Hong Kong during the protests back in, I guess, 2019. And one of the individuals I've had the opportunity to work with since before and then is Samuel Chu, president and founder of the Campaign for Hong Kong.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you, Joey, for the words that you have shared. And I want to take the cue from Senator Scott, who said, I think, something very true about Capitol Hill, which is that sometimes the simplest truth has to be stated up front and clearly. So let me start by saying that we really shouldn't have to be here today, because these games of the 2022 Winter Olympics should have never been awarded to China in the first place. And there were ample opportunity for the IOC and for many bodies to make sure that we did not have to come to this. China has consistently showed in 2001 to secure the rights for the 2008 Olympic Games. The Chinese government made all the promises to improve human rights, press freedoms, treatments of dissidents, internet censorships. They not only broke those promises, they have doubled down on the repression and exported it beyond its border. And by failing to hold China accountable for those abuses in the lead up and during the 2008 Games, the IOC effectively told the CCP that it could do whatever it wants without fear of repercussions and sanctions. As I've said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And fool me 3 times, then I think there's a scam and a con that everybody is in on. Like this weekend, the noted veteran sportcaster Bob Costa, who covers 12 different Olympic Games, said, the IOC deserves all of the disdain and disgust that are coming its way for returning the game to China. They are shameless. In 2019, Russia was banned from playing and hosting any international sporting events for doping for 4 years. It was later reduced to 2 years. But imagine, Russia, for doping, is banned from a game that is hosted by a regime committing genocide. Let that sink in. If a 4-year ban is justified for doping, what is the equivalent justification for penalties that threatens the lives and the freedoms of millions of the Uyghurs in their homeland, of the 7.5 million Hong Kongers, and even the safety of the 23.5 million Taiwanese and their sovereignty? Hosting the Olympic has become the go-to solution for the CCP and authoritarian regime to whitewash their crimes, to boost their international image, to strengthen alliance, to use it to build and strengthen their security apparatus and surveillance. I also want to echo Senator Scott's call that the burden is now on the broadcasters, NBC, Universals, and broadcasters around the world who pay billions of dollars and will reap billions of profits to put a spotlight on the plight of the Uyghurs, of Hong Kongers, and all those who suffer in the repression. I bring a final word from Angela Gui, who's a founding member for the Campaign for Hong Kong, who's the daughter of Guo Minghai, a Swedish Hong Kong bookseller who was kidnapped in Thailand and now imprisoned in China for publishing books that are critical of the CCP. She said it is imperative as the official broadcaster, like NBC in the US, that they do not reproduce and spread any CCP propaganda, as many of the media outlets did in broadcasting my father's forced confession on television. I ask that you and your affiliates would be clear and provide coverage on the Chinese government human rights abuses in Xinjiang against the Uyghurs and the suppression of democracy in Hong Kong and the plight of all political prisoners like my father. I often hear people argue that the games are not about geopolitical issues, that the games are about something bigger. I agree. The games are about something bigger. The ideals and the values of the Olympic movement cannot be achieved or won on the field unless they become lived realities for everyone off the field. So that's my call for all of us. Let's make the Olympics about something bigger. Let's show that we're not going to be complicit in the abuse that we witness and bear witness to today. Thank you, Senator Scott, and thank you for my